Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads.
Bethesda, hire us. Wow, we just finished watching the Bethesda conference, and what an ending that was.
Yeah, I'm Matt. We got Peter with us.
Right, yeah.
Jared's just recovering because some things happened to him.
His poor little brain got exploded by this conference.
My brain can't handle what it just took in there.
Yeah, so what an amazing conference that was. So
I guess we'll start from the top sort of thing.
Yeah, there was a lot of different things that we kind of they did show a lot of their main franchises and stuff, and there's a lot to unpack, but we're gonna kind of focus on the main bit. So Peter, you were a big fan of what, Doom Eternal, was it?
Well, I'm a big fan of the original Doom, and
Yeah.
now they just announced Doom Eternal.
Right.
The sequel to it is looking like, which I didn't expect it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I knew it did well, but I figured they're just doing so much right now, and they're still able to pump out another Doom game somehow.
Yeah.
But I'm 100% gonna get it. I didn't get the first one at launch just because I was uncertain about it, but I really enjoyed the gameplay, the music, the visuals. It was great. Neither of you two played Doom?
So I actually played a bit of Doom.
Oh, yeah?
I got kind of stuck on it, and I don't really know, literally basically the long and short what happened is that I got lost in a level and I got really annoyed and I stopped playing the game. So I should go back to it because I did buy it and I did think it was really cool. So, but I am with you though. I think Doom Eternal, it's a little unexpected to get a sequel, but it's still really cool nonetheless.
There's going to be double the demons in it as well, so lots of new content.
Double the demons, we get to count it. We get to count it.
We're gonna demon counter.
Yeah,
counter.
we're gonna sue for false
As long as they don't
advertising.
spin.
I never played the original reboot of Doom. I played some of the older Dooms, but obviously not the same thing.
You should definitely play it.
I've been tempted to play. I have so many games to play.
I feel you.
But no, it looked really good. Like graphically looked good. I know it's a full action-packed game, so you're always going. You're constantly.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to Rage 2 that they were talking about. Like same thing, same style. It's that constant blood, gore, limbs flying all over the place.
Rage 2, that also looks great.
Yeah.
That gameplay that they showed, it was the first real chunk of gameplay I think that they've released, and that looks great. I wasn't sure what to expect of it, but
it was overall phenomenal conference to just start that off. Like they did
really
an excellent
did.
job. They kind of started out really strong with Rage 2 and Doom, and they kind of dived
dipped a
off.
bit.
Yeah.
And that's not their fault. It's it's different franchise, different hype.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously this is coming from our point of view. But then they rode right back up with doing some more on that Fallout 76.
Oh.
Anyway, we know together that we are going to build something really special. And we also know that all of you love our special editions. And we have an awesome collector's edition for you. It starts with
Jared's right and everything.
a map of the world that glows in the fucking dark.
Writing intensifies.
Jared's pencil breaks.
So cool. It comes with figures you can put on the map. And it also comes with a Fallout collectible that really I've always wanted, so we made them for everybody to buy, and here it is.
Straighten up and fly right.
Oh.
Straighten up
I
and
get a
fly
power
right.
armor helmet. Oh my god!
Here's a pre-order.
A headlamp!
No,
I could go caving with it!
What's
Voice
east of
modulation
Dublin?
device.
Cool
Oh,
down,
Jared.
Papa, don't you
Usability convert.
Oh, Jared. Yeah, are they gonna give us a whole suit?
No, they can't do that.
I kind of wish Todd was wearing it
I
right
gotta spend money for the collector's edition.
Yes, all of this, the Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition. So you're probably wondering, when is this game coming out?
Oh
We're
my
excited
god, I thought
to
that was
say
2001.
That it's coming out this year, November 14th.
The pen ran out of ink! What was it?
November 14th.
Oh my god, man. November's gonna be such a month.
Thanks again
Goodbye.
for all your support.
Oh.
Fallout. It's been 10 years
I really wanna get
since
this game.
Fallout 3, our very first one.
Oh man.
I just about died.
Jerry has like a
Yeah.
list of hopes and dreams. And,
And this is funny because for those who don't know, Peter and I had a channel a while back when we were younger and naive and thought we could do something with our lives. And we had done a Fallout 4 like guessing or like what we wanted to see with their weapons and maps and shit. And multiplayer was one of the things that we mentioned would be kind of cool to have your friends on that map with you, surviving the Fallout,
Yeah.
building shelters with you, kind of that whole gameplay. And that's what Fallout 76, from what they said, that's what it's bringing to the
it looks
table.
like it's exactly that. So
Yeah,
like,
and it's a huge open world, 4 times the size of Fallout 4, they said. It looks phenomenal. And it's not, like, everyone was worried when they said online. Like, it was all of a sudden the biggest thing. Everyone's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? But I like that they immediately cut out the fact that, like, it's not thousands of players, not hundreds of players. It's like 12 to 20 players.
Which is an excellent design decision, and he said that, right? He's like, it's not hundreds, it's not
It's not
thousands, it's
amusement
dozens,
park, yeah.
because it's a post-apocalyptic world, and I think a world of that size is gonna feel a whole lot less big with even more players in it. Like, I just think it's cool.
Well, I like it's like they incorporate how it's not just you there. Like, it's actually, like, I like how you put it. It's like soft core. So you don't lose your progress if you die, but you're always having to watch your back.
Yeah.
You're always
Yeah.
having to, it's not just watching out for CPUs. It's not just looking out for random monsters like a death claw to pop out of the cave.
Yeah.
at you
well,
or
because like one
something.
thing with Fallout 4 is doing a normal playthrough, right, not survival or anything like that. You get to the point where you're just God. You just go. You don't need to
Yeah.
worry about dying. If there's actual players there,
Yeah.
that's always a real threat.
Yeah, and I find it really interesting that like Bethesda has always been a company that specializes in single player games, and their online games is not. I guess that's not something they've really gone into that much, and it's really cool that they've given so much consideration to make it a simultaneously online and single player game. And for people like me with really shit internet, it's really nice. It's really nice to think that
You have that option.
I still can play the game and still
Yeah.
enjoy it to its fullest extent. Which I wish more games would do. It's a huge shame to have so many games that you really just feel like you can't enjoy because you have to be able to play them online, and the offline modes are either slim or just not there at all.
Yeah, and it was just like, and that's another thing you got to look at is like they've taken that consideration. They took the time to make this game. They've said that they've been in production of this game
4 years
before
yeah.
Fallout 4 was even released.
Yeah.
And that's something to think about. It's like you have games that release too soon that are full multiplayer. And I think they need to take that into consideration. There's people that don't like multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like just flat out don't like multiplayer. And I think having that ability to play on your own, but play with your friends, like how fun is that going to be to build your settlement with your friends and be like, oh fuck, we got this whole shit locked down.
Storming around in power armor.
Right, it's
Yeah.
like, it could be like, hey Peter, I need you and Evan to go get some supplies. We're going to continue building this fortress or whatever.
Well, if you notice, by the looks of it, you're probably only going to be able to do 4-player squads. But I mean, even if that's set to be the case, like think about our group for example,
Yeah.
we could probably still do 2 groups and have them coordinate with each other, right? Like,
Yeah,
it
because they never
seems-
said you could. There was no limit indicated of how many people you knew could be in the same.
I
game.
bet,
Yeah.
I bet they're gonna put a limit in just to avoid like griefing and stuff, like 8 players, like versus 1, sort of like. You know what I'm trying to say?
No,
Like,
I see what you're saying, but I think that's where they're gonna have like if, I feel if I make a private server for
Oh,
example,
yeah.
like a private room where it's just me and my friends, I think it will be a little different. I feel like if you're going to
Okay,
open world, like
okay.
if it's just a public server, then I get it. Yeah, you have to have a limit because, like you said, if you run into trouble like that, it's like, what are you gonna do? There's like 12 people versus 1 guy. Like, what are you gonna do?
yeah.
But if you're private server, you could have the option of only having those 8 to 10 guys in the server.
I don't think it'll be private servers because like one thing Todd Howard said is you'll never see any servers. They're all dedicated servers. So I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be It's gonna be more of a you form a party and then you go join a server sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
That's my theory at least.
The question then is, how do you carry your game into it? Because you said you carry your progress. You know how you're
Right,
building
right.
settlements. So you
How
must
do you-
have a certain place that you play in. So you must
Yeah.
never transition servers. You're always on one thing.
Yeah,
Like
which-
when you load in, you are on that server.
Yeah, which would make sense, but at the same time, like games that give you the option to choose servers, it's a nice to have the choice, but what good does it do when you're always going to go and choose North America or whatever server works best for you? Like, if they lock you to a server, that's not the worst thing in the world.
And if they give you that option to make it just you and your friends, I
Yeah.
think that's key. I think that'll be a big difference between this game being really good and being like
and
it's
having a
just good.
difficult online experience.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like how it feels in GTA Online when the same kid just keeps killing you with a tank over and
That's
over.
exactly.
No,
it,
yeah, 100%. But yeah, no, overall, super excited for that game. The graphics looked phenomenal, way better. That's what people were expecting Fallout 4 to look like when they launched it, and it didn't. Like we talked about, it didn't have the right processors, didn't have the right game engine.
It
was
only
just
got halfway there, sort of.
Yeah, and as someone who has really not interacted much with Fallout as a series and doesn't know a whole lot about it, when I first saw Fallout 4, I was like, the graphics on this is super ugly. Like, it's not that good of a looking game, and it's cool to see the improvement in Fallout 76.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be an awesome game. I just about shit a brick.
Oh my god, absolutely.
When I was sitting over here beside Matt.
Yeah.
We had a face cam. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out too well for us. But it was just
We have audio.
too funny, too fucking funny. But yeah, and for all those super Fallout fans like me, there's a collector's edition with a actually working
Power
armor
armor.
helmet.
Yeah.
And it has like a light on it, voice changer. Like you can wear it.
Hey, is the helmet actually coming with the collector's edition? Or,
Yeah.
Or is there going to be an edition that just has like the poster and
That's
stuff?
their collector's edition is called, I don't know, this
It
is the
comes with the
Power
poster.
Armor edition, and that's what the poster is with it. And
cool.
that's why I'm like, that'd be sweet. Just have that up on your wall. You guys are gonna see me nerd out super hard when this game gets released.
He'll just hear you like over the microphone with the voice modulator on. It's time for Fallout 76.
Oh my god, it's
You're
super.
like, allies, follow me to the next base.
It's super exciting. I'm really excited for it. But yeah, we don't want to take the whole time up to talk about that. As much as I could talk about this, there will be time for that later on.
Yeah, so another thing that I found was kind of interesting is I'm actually really fascinated by Elder Scrolls Blades. And so the first thing I want to say is they did do an announcement for Elder Scrolls 6, and Peter will definitely know what I'm talking about here. I'm getting real vibes of, sorry to bring it up, what Pokemon did recently by announcing kind of a filler game for the next year and then teasing a big title for the future. And there's a big difference. We're expecting to see the new Pokemon 2019, but there's no date for Elder Scrolls 6 because by the looks of it, Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be on the next gen console that Microsoft announced. And I'm assuming the PlayStation variant and then probably for the PC as well.
So what is Elder Scrolls Blades, Matt?
It's by the looks of it a mobile game, but what I find is really interesting is the way they kind of presented it. They presented it as a mobile game first, but then as it turns out, it's compatible on every single console. And not only that, and this isn't a point that he really emphasized, I think is really cool, is that's going to be one of the first, if not only game that has cross-play
On everything.
between everything,
Other than
mobile.
Fortnite.
Oh yeah, I guess that's
But
true.
yeah.
Yeah, anyways. Like mobile, Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox, PC, and Peter...
VR too, yeah.
VR! Yeah, and the part that they mentioned where you can be sitting in a meeting, playing it in one-handed portrait mode, against somebody who's playing it in fucking VR. Like, that's insane. And Peter brought up a really good point that the moment he realized it's going to be on PC, he gave him a lot more hope.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, because... when you look at that, it's running on an iPhone X. Like, how many people do you know who own an iPhone X?
Well, it's even like looking at that, even a phone in general. That's a lot of battery drain.
Yeah.
That quality of a game, it doesn't matter. Fitting a small processor in those phones,
Yeah.
small battery, they can only take so much.
Yeah,
drain.
it's a bit like the Pokemon Go situation. The idea is that you're supposed to be able to do it anywhere, but even the Nintendo
Pokemon,
Switch, like, they don't have that good of battery life. So it's like, I mean, it's nice and all. You know, you can play Elder Scrolls Blades at a business meeting as long as you're willing to spend the rest of the day charging your phone. I think it's going to be a really cool game. I'm really fascinated by the concept. And I think it'll be a really good game to kind of tide everybody over because I'm sure there'll be updates to it over time, and I'm sure they'll make it a game that can keep us entertained.
Well, it'll follow the same routes as Fallout Shelter.
Yeah.
Where they're constantly adding DLC to it. They're constantly doing fun little things like for Fallout Shelter. They do hints on their next games on that one. Like,
Really?
They'll do little funny things here and there. They're small. It's not like they're flat in your face going like Fallout 76. But it's like it's just small things. But I think that's what I agree. Elder Scrolls Blades is gonna be a good one just to tie you over, keep you interested. I hope, honestly, it does a little bit better job than Fallout Shelter did. Because Fallout Shelter was one of those games where it was entertaining for the first half a year. And then it just got really old. And the issue is it also never shut down. So you'd constantly have notifications on your phone saying your survivors are dying inside the vault. And you're like, I can't do it 24/7.
I'm at work. I can't do it.
But yeah, so I mean, that was one of the things that turned me off. But I hope Elder Scrolls Blades takes that in consideration and kind of changes that around.
One more point that I kind of have about Elder Scrolls Blades is we were all really interested watching it to see if it was free.
Yeah.
And it's really weird to watch this game, and Peter made a comment. Peter was like, there's no way this is going to be free.
There's too much content in it.
Yeah, there's too much stuff in it, and it's not even just about the content. It's like, no mobile game has ever looked that good,
that's another thing.
Like,
well, that's the one thing is, as soon as Bethesda got into mobile, their game has been free. Fallout Shelter was free, and they launched it literally as they announced it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they just did the same thing, didn't they? Or
no, Blades isn't coming out for a while.
You can pre-order to get it for free early.
Yeah.
Well, it's free regardless, but...
Yeah, but you can get it early.
You can, preload it or whatever.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm super excited for that. I think it'll be excellent. I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna check it out. I wasn't gonna check it out initially, but once I saw it was on PC and console, it gave me hope that it's not actually just like some little Super Mario Run-esque experience and more of a real game.
Yeah, it's easy. If you're a gamer, you can play Elder Scrolls Blades. I got a Nintendo Switch, I can play it. You've got a PC, you can play it. You've got a phone, you can play it, right? Like,
I don't have a phone.
I don't have a PC.
Jared is nothing. But you know what I'm saying, right?
I get it, yeah.
Even I, who is really limited in terms of like console availability and internet and stuff, I can play Elder Scrolls. I can play it on my phone, I can play it on my Switch, I can play it where the fuck I want. That, I think, is a really interesting aspect, and I'm actually very excited about what this could mean for the future of cross-play in games, that we finally have a game or two, if you count Fortnite, that have a fully supported cross-play, even over mobile. I think that's really cool. So
I agree.
I'm really fascinated to see what's to come for Elder Scrolls Blades.
Yeah, I agree. And the last thing, big reveal, because this has been rumored for, I don't even remember how many years it's been rumored. But it's always been there. Essentially the space edition of Fallout Starfield. It's literally from what obviously speculation because it's all rumored. Everything's rumored. But from what I've heard on the rumors, it's supposed to just be that. It's a Fallout game but in space. Mm-hmm. And I think that is awesome. That is a new concept. It's going to be next generation because these are the two games. They did mention, Bethesda's mentioned before, they're doing two games that are off the scale beyond this generation. And with Microsoft unveiling the fact that they are producing a new console, that's leading to the fact that I'm going to say that they're going to be either launch titles for that console or they're going to be soon after that console's launch. Either way, I can't see those games coming out on Xbox One X. Because Xbox One X was only a slight step up from from regular Xbox One. Mm-hmm. In terms of what they could have in a console.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I find that the reveals for those two games were very shallow. And what I mean by that is Starfield is very significant because it was hinted to for a while and it was theorized, but now we finally know what it is. And then Elder Scrolls 6, it's like they didn't really show us anything. And when I say worth seeing, I just mean we all knew there was going to be an Elder Scrolls 6. The only real piece of information we got about Elder Scrolls 6 is that A, it exists, which we kind of already knew, and B, it's coming to the next-gen console, which we know nothing about, and we don't know when it's going to release. So as exciting as that is, it's a very shallow. There's not really a lot to work with.
Yeah, but if you look at that world, if that's the graphics you can expect from next-generation consoles, that looks phenomenal.
And you got to think, I was looking at that, and I was narrowing my eyes and looking at really specific points on the map, because realistically, imagine where your character is going to stand on a map like that. Yeah. In the landscape that they showed in that Elder Scrolls 6 section, your character's not even going to be visible, and that's the crazy thing, when Breath of the Wild came out and it was the biggest map of any RPG, I was like, man, that's fucking cool. But to think now of
that wasn't
how...
confirmed.
Okay, sorry, I'm lying. I'm a filthy liar. But to think of what games are going to have in the future in terms of, breath, it's too big to think about. And so...
Yeah, just like Fallout 76 is 4 times the size of the map of Fallout 4. What will Elder Scrolls 6
be? Considering again, to wrap it up, they said those are the scale beyond what they've ever done and what they're currently doing. So take that in consideration how you will. We could talk about this for hours. I'm sure
probably will.
We probably will. I'm sure it will happen. Yeah. But for now, thanks for tuning into our E3 post show. on Bethesda. We hope you guys enjoyed it.
Are you excited for Fallout 76? Let us know.
Yeah, leave comments in the comments section. Let us know what you're interested in.
Leave a like in the like section.
And-
Subscribe in the subscribe section. Post us on Twitter in the posting on Twitter section.
And Matt got fired that day.
He will
Either
not
way,
play 76.
thanks for watching.
Follow me on Twitch.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Oh my fucking god.